Hello, Patrick Hiebert here. On today's episode of Freedom Lover's Life, I'm proud to have my wife Andrea do a short monologue on why you should consider a Plan B in Latin America. Andrea is someone who understands the danger of the woke mob mind virus and why, even with Trump as president again, the momentum of wokeness with its divisive cancel culture and censorship and ultimately socialist agenda can't be stopped. You simply need to have a Plan B somewhere where culturally wokeness does not exist. Andrea touches on some other key topics like how, as a doctor, she appreciated the freedoms to treat COVID with common sense in this part of the world. She also talks about minimizing your taxes by living in communities like our freedom-oriented Veritas villages. The general culture down here in Latin America is live and let live. And Latin America appreciates expats and the investment and jobs they bring, which means you are welcome here with open arms. So I'm sure you'll enjoy my wife Andrea's short chat on why you should consider being here with us, or at least have a Plan B in this region. And both her and I are happy to chat with you to talk about our personal experiences and welcome you to visit here to see if it makes sense for you. Thanks, and enjoy.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Today I'm diving into a topic that's super close to my heart. Not just because I've got a Canadian husband, that is part of it, but because the journey that led me to understand why people are relocating to Latin America is, well, a bit wild. So let's rewind to 2016. That was when I met my husband, Patrick. And no, we didn't meet in some romantic setting like a rom-com. We met on social media. Yep, the digital love story. But that's a tale for another day. The big surprise for me back then was that Patrick was living in Nicaragua. And my first thought was, what on earth is a Canadian man doing in Nicaragua? So let's fast forward to now, and you're about to find out. See, until recently, this was a topic I'd only discussed with Patrick and our clients because we sell communities in Latin America for expats. But then I had to prepare a formal presentation, and of course that meant research. Doing the research, I discovered that since 2010, Latin America and the Caribbean have seen the greatest relative increase in international migration of any region in the world. We're talking about legal migrants nearly doubling from 8.3 million in 2010 to 16.3 million in 2022. This is a stat from the migration policy in April 2023, which opened my eyes. So why are people from countries like Canada, UK, USA, Germany, France, Australia, the so-called first world, packing their bags and moving south? Aren't those countries supposed to be the pinnacle of economic stability, security, and freedom? Well, it turns out the reasons are pretty layered. Let's break it down into two eras, before 2020 and after 2020. Before 2020, we would call it the simple life. Picture this, the reasons people moved were mainly two things, weather and taxes. My husband Patrick, being a savvy Canadian, managed to quit his Canadian residency and escape those hefty taxes. Latin American countries have a sweet tax deal. If you don't live there full-time, you don't pay taxes there. Even if you do live and earn money there, taxes won't eat up most of your earnings. Meanwhile, US citizens, yeah, you're not so lucky. Uncle Sam's grip on taxes doesn't let go, even if you're making a living on a different continent. Then there's the weather. Let's be honest, Central and South America offer a dream climate. Two main seasons, warm and warmer. You just need to add an umbrella to your outfit for the rainy season and you're all set. If you still want those 4 seasons, head south to Argentina or Chile. Otherwise, say goodbye to heavy winter coats and hello to eternal sunshine. Now entering 2020, when the world turned upside down, that's when the pandemic hit. It was like someone hit a giant reset button. Countries prided themselves on freedom suddenly became not so free. All the lockdowns, empty beaches, empty places, the government's micromanaging people's lives in a way that left many shell-shocked. The restrictions were so random, like you had to wear a mask while standing at a restaurant, but not while sitting. That didn't make sense. While my family and I were stranded in Belize in the pandemic, Patrick and I realized we needed a place where the government couldn't call all the shots, a place where we could be self-sufficient. So Latin America was the perfect fit. With its year-round sun, we could generate our own power, grow our own food, and tap into our own water resources. So another thing, why Latin America? Besides being a haven for self-sustainability and for lower taxes, Latin America is also a land of wonder. You see the Galapagos Islands in Ecuador, the Masal volcano in Nicaragua, Secret Beach in Belize, Roatán in Honduras, the Panama Canal, and Bocas del Toro in Panama, the awe-inspiring ruins of Machu Picchu in Peru and Chichen Itza in Mexico. Like if you're seeking natural and cultural marvels, you're spoiled for choice. You can visit all these amazing places which are very close and very affordable. Another big shift happened with the rise of the woke culture in first world countries. Issues around family values have gotten extreme. In many places, the state's influence over children's upbringing has grown in unsettling ways. Here in Latin America, families remain fiercely protective of their kids. When attempts were made to change school curriculums with content about sexual preferences, it was a massive no from parents. Thousands took to the streets chanting "Con mis hijos no te metas," which means "Don't mess with my children." Families are the heart of society here. A strong family means a strong society, and if you attack that, Latin Americans push back. For many expats, this sense of family and community is a breath of fresh air compared to the growing cultural divides that are happening up north. And not only that, you have the beauty of connection between people. Here, you don't have to worry about feeling lonely. Family and friends are everything. My husband, at first, being German-Canadian, didn't get why I call my mom and my sister every day. Now he wishes he had that connection with his family. We prioritize gatherings, respect our elders, and keep strong bonds alive. So if you're tired of isolation, Latin America might be just what you need. So the freedom, this is a real deal. One thing you'll notice here is a different kind of freedom. Freedom of speech, of health, of press, of religion, and life in general. We poke fun at each other, embrace nicknames, and aren't easily offended. Our humor builds thick skin. Sure, it can hurt sometimes, but life's tough, and we learn to laugh about it. During the pandemic, some countries like Ecuador even defied global health protocols to save lives. They used treatments like steroids and ivermectin when others banned them. I was relieved that my family got COVID care in Ecuador. I also got COVID care in Ecuador, where doctors had more freedom to adapt and decide on the treatments that were better for their patients. So it's all not perfect. It's not all perfect, but yes, things can be slow. Driving can be a nightmare. Corruption exists, but show me a country without problems. What's hopeful here is that people are waking up and demanding better governance. Look what is happening in Salvador, Ecuador, Argentina, and Panama with different governments now. And finally, Latin Americans appreciate expats. We know expats bring investment, job opportunities, and innovative ideas. So I would say if you're an expat, if you want to come to Latin America, come join us. Maybe this is the place where you can find the life you dreamed of. And if you want to know more about our communities, let me know. We are going to put our emails down in the description. And if you want more content like this, please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Hasta luego.